What's up, fantasy football friends? My name is Carter McCracken.
My name is Max Lampkin.
And today we are going to be doing a best ball draft on Underdog Fantasy. $25 entry fee, $15 million prize pool, $3 million to number one, which we're keeping our eyes on. Disclaimer, we are not promoted. We don't have any type of partnership with Underdog Fantasy. This is just a video that was inspired by Flock Fantasy, which is a awesome YouTube channel that gives you fantasy news updates. He does a bunch of live streaming. His link will be down in the description. I don't even know him, but hopefully this isn't too much of a problem. We just want to give it our own shot, apply some of what we've been teaching to a draft so that you guys can see it in real time, what we're talking about when we mean value in these late rounds, and how we maneuver in a draft. Hopefully this helps you guys in your drafts coming up. The season starts pretty soon, and we got a little bit of news to accompany that.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't seen, Josh Jacobs signed a 1-year, $12 million deal to stay with the Raiders. So, I mean, that solidifies him, I would think, in right where we have him still. I think maybe move him up a little bit just because that uncertainty is out the window now. And a team that has a running back on a 1-year deal, you typically think they don't mind giving him that those workhorse touches. So Josh Jacobs is a guy who I would be a little more confident in drafting, certainly. Even sneak into the second round maybe if you're comfortable with him there.
Absolutely, guys. Let's get into this. I'm so excited. I hope you guys are too. Smash the like button if you enjoy this. Hopefully we can continue doing content like this in the future.
Right.
Let's go into it. As you can see at the top right, we have $25 smashed into the account, so we're just going to smash it into this best ball.
We're doing a lot of smash.
Let's go. Enter. As you guys can see,
You want to do rock, paper, scissors?
$3 million. Okay, so yeah, we're going to obviously have a little bit of differing opinions about who to go for round by round. So what we're going to do is rock, paper, scissors. I will be going first if I win this.
But you won't be, so.
So let's go. All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors.
Let's go, boys. I'm going to take the second round pick. So I'm going to give up first round pick rights to Max. So he will get the first, third, all the odd round picks. He will get second, fourth, all the evens I will get.
I'll set us up.
Let's get into this, boys and girls.
If any girls are watching, maybe.
Oh, there's girls watching.
I hope so.
That's no doubt. All right.
Are we...
So...
Okay, no, we're waiting for...
We're waiting for the lobby to fill, guys. $25 on the line right now. $3 million to the first place. Guys, I'm excited. I am excited.
We don't want anything besides $3 million. One more person, and we'll see where we're drafting.
So the lobby is now full.
This is the first time I saw you do it. Okay, so we're drafting 9th, guys. So 9th in a 12-man draft. My brain's already churning. I'm thinking Saquon. Scroll down a little bit on the. So I mean, Bijan, Stephon, Nick Chubb. So they got Saquon low.
Yeah. So this is half PPR,
right,
guys. Something to keep in mind as well. Wide receivers do get a little bit more value in the PPR formats. Keep that in mind. Yeah.
Seconds.
Going into this draft at the 9 spot, we're looking at a really good 1-2 combo,
Yes.
and what you pick will probably decide the direction I go. I really like to stack up wide receivers or stack up running backs in these first 2 rounds because it just gives you such a positional advantage. So I guess we're just going to have to see how this works out.
Starting in 1 second. All right.
And here it goes. So first off the board is going to be...
Justin Jefferson.
Let's see. Scaputo is going to go with...
Yeah. And guys, just tips on fantasy stuff, keeping up with injuries. Excuse me. Just go to any website and just look at their news. I'm just looking at Kadarius Toney could be nearing practice return. So just keep up with stuff like that before your drafts or even during your season. That's just important to be as informed as you can, whether it comes to waiver wire pickups you should make. So number one, just went Justin Jefferson, as you guys can see. But helps you be more informed on your waiver wires, trade value, that sort of thing.
Absolutely, guys. Also, keep tabs on our blog posts.
You mind if I take
Link to the website will be in the description. And it's going to be, we'll keep you up to date as well. Obviously, we can't do everything, so make sure you have multiple sources that you're choosing from.
Right. So we've seen J. Jeff go, Chase, Hill, and McCaffrey.
Yeah, pretty standard start right
pretty
here,
standard
guys.
start.
Numanex on the clock, pretty baffled right now, it seems. I'm going Cooper Kupp if I'm Numanex. I think that's a great value right there.
Yep.
And he goes Cooper Kupp. That's a great pick.
They have Saquon ranked really low, man. I might leave him for you. Because, I mean, we're up in... We got 3 picks ahead of us right now. So we're looking at Kelsey, Eckler, Robinson, Diggs, A.J. Brown, Nick Chubb. So Austin Eckler comes off the board at 6. Kelsey's next. That guy was ready.
Yeah. Kelsey's good there at the 7.
So we are on the clock. Whew.
Something to keep in mind, guys, as well, is this is a best ball draft. So after our whole team is selected, each week the best player will fill in the slot. So say you have 6 wide receivers, only 2 of them will play, and then you'll have a flex as well. So say you have 6 receivers, 6 running backs. 3 of one of those will be picked, and 2 of the other will be picked, or even tight end. It could be picked as a flex. So it's just your highest scoring player week to week. This really emphasizes boom players, high value guys with like high upside on a week to week basis. Not even really floor players as much as you would in a traditional redraft league.
Right. It's someone like a Gabe Davis is very appealing in a best ball league because you know he's prime. So just to keep you guys informed, I went with Nick Chubb at the 9. I think he was the best running back available. I like going running back first round. Leaves us with a lot of wide receivers to go with. Where are you leaning right now?
So we go Nick Chubb right here. We got Stephon Diggs, A.J. Brown on the turn. I'm really liking Saquon Barkley in this position, or Garrett Wilson if Garrett Wilson is to fall to us. Yeah. I think we go with him. Nice balanced start.
So Barkley comes off.
If Garrett Wilson goes, I think we definitely go with Derrick Henry here. I like Chris Olave, but a little bit of a reach here. I'm going to go Derrick Henry, guys. I don't think that you can go wrong going Derrick Henry. Tony Pollard is a guy I like as well. Just, it's apples and oranges at that point.
Dang, dude. Henry and Chubb. That's scary.
Yeah, 2 guys that are going to get over 200 touches if they're healthy. Derrick Henry's starting to see some receiving at the end of last year.
Yeah, this is his best receiving year of his career.
Yeah.
And he was actually relatively efficient with it too, which is crazy.
Right. So this is good. Olave off the board. I like Garrett Wilson and Olave off the board this early. I think that people are wising up to the fact that they should be early second round picks.
Devontae Adams.
So guys, Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry here. I mean, Tony Pollard's still on the board. If Cooper Kupp guy goes with Tony Pollard, he's looking really strong. Or Christian McCaffrey, Tony Pollard, that is up to par with Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry.
Right.
But yeah, guys, having these 2 running backs gives us so much leniency to go with a high scoring quarterback or tight end. It gives us a lot of flexibility throughout the draft, as you'll see. We are not going to be hoping that Cam Akers can have big games. And don't get me wrong, if you watch our video, I'm a huge fan of Cam Akers. Nothing against him. Just in this best ball type of format where you're going for the high-scoring players, you don't exactly want someone like that who will play maybe 8 times throughout the whole season. So.
Right. He's, like you said, he's kind of like a floor guy you were talking about.
Yeah.
A steady guy, but in a best ball format. Oh, so the Cooper Kupp guy did end up going with Pollard.
He goes
and
Pollard.
McCaffrey ended up going with Waddle, which is nasty to me.
Tyreek Hill, T. Higgins.
Jamar.
I like that start. T. Higgins is a very solid wide receiver, too. You see a lot of receivers going off the board right now, so we're going to have to scramble for one of those. Most likely, it's going to be your decision on what we end up doing. Keenan Allen on the board. I like him. Amari Cooper.
Debo.
2 guys that we've been advocating for. And, yeah, guys, so we'll see what happens here.
So we got, 7 picks in front of us right now? So Metcalf just came off the board, thankfully. Mahomes is still on there, dude. Wow, Lamar's the first, or no, Hurts was the first quarterback to come off, and then Lamar.
Yeah, guys, this is pretty surprising. Patrick Mahomes still here. That's value that you probably won't get in a lot of drafts, putting us at a really unique position if we were to draft him with
He's
a
still
build
there.
that isn't exactly drafted by a lot of teams, and that really differentiates us, putting us in a good position to excel over other people because, guys, there's a couple winners and there's thousands of applicants. So me personally, I'm going Mahomes if he's still there. I don't expect him to be by any means, but we'll have to see. Wide receivers is still something we have to be concerned about as
there he
well.
goes. So
Mahomes goes.
yeah, after Lamar, it was Jonathan Taylor, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, guys. So
Josh Jacobs off the board. How are you checking everyone's team? Where do you go
it's
to?
right there, but we're about to draft, anyways.
Okay,
Okay, so
we're on
Josh
the
Allen
clock.
off the board.
I like Amari, Keenan Allen, and Debo. Those are kind of the guys I'm looking at. Jeez. I like Debo in a best ball format a lot. I'm kind of leaning Keenan. Yeah, I'm going with Keenan.
Okay, guys. So Max goes Keenan. That gives us a little bit more flexibility. If we could snag someone like Cooper or DJ Moore on the turn, we are locked in with some great wide receivers and running backs. I also like Justin Fields in the 4 position in
So
the
Cooper
4th
comes
round.
off after us.
So let's see how this is going, guys. We got Stephon Diggs, Garrett Wilson, Amari Cooper. He is completely neglecting the running back spot right now, which is a strategy that is applied. It just won't give you that much of a unique build. So let's see what we can do here to really try to separate ourselves.
I mean, if we're able to get DJ Moore and pair that with Keenan Allen, I think that's a great pick. I think Justin Fields would be a good pick. Even one of these running backs that are still here. I mean, Ramondre's still here. He's gonna go obviously, but we only have 4 picks away from us, so we're guaranteed someone. So Debo and DJ Moore come off back to back. Justin Fields, so he got the stack right there.
Yeah, I really like that. Guys, if you can get a DJ Moore,
Just
Justin
came off.
Fields stack,
Ramondre just
that's
came
a
off.
really strong stack to get
Right.
this year. A lot of people are starting to pivot that way.
I really like Mixon and Najee right here. I know, but we just picked Keenan.
Yeah, so let's see. I might go Joe Burrow right here, get that stat. Oh, we actually do not have T. Higgins, so that would be an absolutely terrible pick.
Herbert,
But I might go Herbert here, guys. 50 ADP
Joe Mixon
51.
comes
We're
off.
drafting at the 40, so probably a little bit of a reach there. I'll stray away from Herbert, and let's look at the running backs and wide receivers.
like
Christian Watson
Najee.
is a guy that we have absolutely emphasized. Stay away from Christian Watson. Jerry Jeudy is a guy with some hamstring injuries. I really like Breece Hall towards the end of the season, so I think we just end up going Breece Hall here, guys. It's gonna leave us with 3 running backs. Okay, we end up going ETN, which is fine. You know, he's someone that's gonna get a workhorse type of workhorse. He will be a workhorse, so nothing really bad there.
Think we'll get
Auto
valuable
drafting is a little bit unfavorable. We do have a lot of running backs right now, guys. It's a little concerning, but
I didn't
there's
really
a
like the
lot of
receiver value
spots.
there.
Yeah, there wasn't many wide receivers that really popped out to me as great options. Justin Herbert there would have been a little bit of a reach. Justin Fields already off the board. So we were kind of just stuck in a spot to where, any of those running backs were pretty good value. I think that Travis Etienne, if he can stay healthy, is certainly one of the top running backs. There is some question about his health because he's such a small guy. But other than that, guys, I am loving our team right now. We have Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, and Travis Etienne, absolutely solid, and Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I don't mind Etienne as our flex whatsoever.
So we got quarterbacks, Burrow and
Hawkinson's
Herbert.
still there. Waller's still
Hawkinson,
there.
yeah, all these guys. Hawkinson's a guy I would look to on the way back. This is going to be Max's pick, so however he wants to manipulate this team for victory, that's all on his
For
decision.
victory.
But yeah, quarterback and We definitely want to look at wide receivers too, guys. Definitely not something to neglect. DeAndre Hopkins could be a really good option on the way back, or Christian Kirk even, and then go with a quarterback on the way back, or TJ Hawkinson if he's still there. Lots of options to do here. Let's see what the other teams are doing. Tyreek Hill, T. Higgins, Lamar Jackson, Najee Harris.
I like that a lot.
That's pretty solid.
Receivers.
Yeah, so receivers just flying off the board, guys. I think that just leaves us with the option to go for the late round, the later guys that have super high upside, and then just take these really solid running backs, guys. Derrick Henry, Travis Etienne, and Nick Chubb. I really like that. I think that Derrick Henry is severely underdrafted. I think that Travis Etienne is very solid at the 40 spot. You know, it's not my favorite pick, but it's definitely not a bad pick by any stretch of the imagination. So DeAndre Hopkins, Joe Burrow, DK Metcalf, Devontae Smith, Jamar Chase. You got that stack with Jamar and Joe Burrow. You really like that. Lamar Jackson, T. Higgins, Tyreek Hill. It would be interesting to see if he targets someone like Rashad Bateman later on, or even Zay Flowers.
Right.
So we'll have to keep our eyes on that team. If I'm him, I'm looking at another running back. He's really lacking here. J.K. Dobbins and Najee Harris. That's pretty good. You're a big fan of Najee, so you'd probably speak a little bit better to him than I would. I think he's a great floor guy and someone certainly that's really good in a redraft type of format. Big workhorse type of guy, but I mean, in a best ball format like this, I don't know if I would exactly go that way.
I don't mind him considering it's a late 4th round pick. And I think he's obviously one of the guys that, like you said, he does have a great floor. But I think I'm also looking towards an expanded ceiling this year, as I stated in our running back video. Go check that out, guys. But I think that offense is going to be better, more open, better offensive line. So more holes for him to run through. I think Najee's going to gain some of that rookie form back. And hopefully, I mean, the under 4 yards a carry is definitely not encouraging throughout his career so far. So if he can get to even league average. So yeah, we are up right after this guy. So we're looking at TJ Hawkinson. Trevor Lawrence is on the board. He's the best quarterback available. Really the only one I'm considering right now. So we are on the clock. Not looking at running backs. I don't mind Chris Godwin. I like Waller a lot this year. Where are we at? 57, so we're right at his ADP. You have quite a few shares of Hawkinson, so I'm going to roll with Waller here.
I think that's a perfectly fine pick. I think Waller's a guy that we haven't seen yet in that New York Giants offense, but he's been someone in the Raiders offense that has been absolutely explosive. A little bit more of a upside than TJ Hawkinson, in my opinion.
I would agree.
Just because of sheer athleticism.
Right. He's one of those guys that's a tight end in a receiver's body.
Right.
Or a receiver in a tight end's body.
Yeah, he could give you that Evan Ingram type of output
right.
Towards the end of the season. Training camp raving about Darren Waller.
I mean, he's going to operate as the wide receiver 1 in that offense. So that's, you're hoping to see well over 100 targets, and then close to 1,000 yards, if not over. So he's the guy I think has a lot of. He definitely has more upside than Hawkinson. I think more boom potential than Hawkinson does. But Hawkinson's he's a guy to me that's going to get you at least 12 points a game.
Yeah.
And he is, but it's just what's his ceiling,
right.
know, what's his boom, and that's in this format that's what made me lean Waller over Hawkinson.
Yeah.
Personally, even Kittle's kind of more enticing to me in a best ball format than Hawkinson is, just cuz I feel like we see Kittle go for 2 touchdowns and he's running over guys going for 40, 50 yard catches.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not that Hawkinson's a bad pick, guys, and we have him ranked very high. I think we had him 3 in our tight end consensus.
Yeah, so I'm going to go Tyler Lockett here, guys. Just get another wide receiver that I think is pretty dependable, 1,000-yard guy. Has those games where he gets 2 touchdowns, long ball type of guy as well. Can certainly pop off in a week if you need him. The reason I pivot away from a quarterback in this scenario is because I like a guy like Tua in this format. And if you compare Tua up with a backup like, say, Stafford, Rodgers, Daniel Jones, some of the guys we were talking about in our quarterback video, I think that Tua has extremely high upside on a week-to-week basis. And then if you get a consistent guy that you think will give you good output so that that floor isn't too low, it really keeps your team operating at a high level regardless of the week.
So what are we looking like right now? So guys, we have Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, and Travis Etienne at running back. Keenan Allen and Lockett at receiver, and then Darren Waller at our tight end. So we have quite a few picks coming back to us, but I'm definitely going to be looking at receiver. I think we're pretty bare there right now with only 2 of them. So let's see who's on the board there. Obviously, Godwin's not going to be there when we come back. So I'm thinking someone like Jordan Addison, Zay Flowers, unless that one guy goes and gets some. Even I like Brandon Cooks a lot in a best ball. He's a deep ball type of guy. 1,000 yards wherever he goes. I really like him in this type of format. But we'll have to see who's there. Quarterback. That's crazy. Aaron Rodgers is QB 16 in this.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, guys. If you've watched any of our videos that I love Aaron Rodgers. If we could make a whole channel just centered around talking about his fantasy outlook this season, and it'd be something that people would watch, I would definitely make it.
We might have a few Jets fans and diehard Rodgers fans, but
yeah. I mean, I love Rodgers, man. He's a cool guy.
No, I love watching him just throw the ball, dude. He's arguably the best, talent-wise, best quarterback we've seen.
Okay, so this guy has Justin Jefferson, Jalen Hurts, Mark Andrews, Breece Hall, Deontay Johnson. Really just spread out his team. Good talent everywhere in each position. Might struggle a little bit to really get some good running back production in the beginning weeks, but I think as the season goes on, this team is going to come on really strong.
So he just took Zay Flowers.
So he goes Zay Flowers. Yeah. Emmett to Rodion. Passes up on Flowers. He goes with JSN, which is a kind of questionable pick. Yeah. JSN going only 6 picks behind Tyler Lockett. What do you think about that?
I don't know, man. In a best ball format, I definitely like Lockett more. Maybe near the end of the season, we see JSN kind of, really come on, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't like him there.
Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, guys. These are 2 guys that we have told you.
Who are his running backs?
He doesn't have one. Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence are 2 guys that we have told you at ADP we don't exactly like that much. Now, okay, if you can stack Joe Burrow
with one of his
guys, Jamar Chase or T. Higgins, I love it. Yeah. And in any other case, I don't exactly like it. This guy did go with Jamar Chase, so I do like that. If Trevor Lawrence got someone like Calvin Ridley, I like that as well. Or even a Christian Kirk. I think Kirk's off the board.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he
came off in the 5th.
Right. Yeah, definitely
that's
passed.
Fair value to me.
Right. So, but guys, Trevor Lawrence there with Joe Burrow already at quarterback, I do not like that pick whatsoever. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. And I mean, how many weeks is Trevor Lawrence going to outscore Burrow? You know, like
if anything, they're going to be like neck and neck.
Yeah.
Really.
If you get one of those top quarterbacks, you really just wait till the end.
So we are 2 picks away right now. Leaning receiver, like I said. Marquise Brown is I think he's a great best ball pick. Great value right now. We're picking at 81 overall. So Brandon Cooks comes off. That's who I was looking at. Hopefully this guy doesn't take Marquise. He already has 3 receivers. Hopefully he goes running back or tight end. He does not have a tight end. If Marquise Brown's there, I'm definitely drafting him.
Yeah, guys, we would be super happy with Marquise Brown here.
Woo!
Wow. Rachaad White still on the board there. I would have liked that pick as well.
Right. I just want that insurance.
But in our situation, 100%.
Because we're good
Marquise
at
Brown.
running back.
Guys, Marquise Brown is a explosive type of player. Someone that we expect to do pretty well this year.
Going to see over 120 targets, if not more.
Yeah.
The only target in that offense. If Kyler Murray comes back early, guys, you're looking at a massive steal. If you're getting Marquise Brown, I don't know I forget his regular ADP. I think we're looking in the bottom of the 7th, 8th round, which is crazy. But if Kyler Murray's coming back mid-season, you're getting a hell of a steal.
Yeah, guys. So I'm looking at some running backs right now. I think we're actually super secure at running back. So we can kind of look more towards the wide receivers. I think we just keep stacking wide receivers here. And I really like Quentin Johnston if he was to fall to us. I think that's someone that could come on later in the year for sure. We've seen a lot of injury concerns with Mike Williams, games where he just doesn't look himself. I really like Quentin Johnston here. It's going to be a high-flying offense for the Chargers. And you know me, guys. You see the flag in the back. You see the jersey next to that flag. That's my guy.
Yeah, I mean, I see Elijah Moore there. Elijah Moore, I think he'll be good. I'm a big Quentin Johnston guy. I was a big guy on him coming into the draft. So there goes Johnston.
So one more guy I'm actually considering right now, guys, is Evan Ingram. I really like his upside on a week-to-week basis. And if we can secure 2 top-end tight ends, we literally do not have to worry about tight end.
Right.
I think that's something we could definitely go with, or target Njoku on the way back. So I think with Waller, we have a good enough floor on a week-to-week basis where we don't have to go Ingram here, and we can just target one of these wide receivers.
I like Bateman.
So Bateman's certainly
Sutton
good here.
Could be a good pick with Judy being
Sutton's
injured.
fine too. I'm gonna go with Sutton for that reason. I think he gives us a better floor because there is a little bit of uncertainty in our wide receiver core. But guys, Keenan Allen, Lockett, Marquise Brown, Cortland Sutton, we are set there.
Right.
We are set at running back. We can now target tight end and make sure we get our hands on a decent quarterback like a Tua, something like that. That's someone I would definitely be looking at. Isaiah Pacheco's still there. Great value.
I like Khalil Herbert. You guys know I love Antonio Gibson, but you'd only know that if you watch my short or the running back videos. So we'll know who's done that. But
Yeah,
I think Gibson is a guy who, in that offense with Bieniemy, dude. I mean, I don't know if you saw his highlight against. I mean, it wasn't really a highlight. It was he scored a touchdown on like an angle route, but the scheme that Bieniemy ran, Gibson was running out of the flat, and he made it look like he was running, straight to the sideline, and then the receiver made it look like he was running a slant. So the linebacker tried to go over top to chase Gibson, and then Gibson ran the angle route. So it was just like, if Bieniemy's running that type of stuff, dude, like with Gibson, he's gonna see well over 60 receptions, I would hope.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy I love where he's getting drafted, whether it's best ball or just your regular redraft. I'll certainly be targeting him in our draft.
Gibson's a great option. Yeah, I mean, you can probably end up getting him. I do like Gibson a lot. He's just not someone I really look to where I'm drafting many times. In these rounds, I like to kind of target people that are high value handcuffs or high upside receivers.
There's so many.
Yeah, there's a lot of receivers here
in our receiver
that we do like.
I mean, you got Bateman, Dobbs, even Juju in a best ball. I don't mind because he's gonna have some weeks where he's very solid. Nico Collins, Darnell Mooney, I love in a best ball. Marvin Mims.
Guys. So Marvin Mims with Jerry Jeudy being out, I think he sees a good uptick in the first couple of weeks. We do like that. With Cortland Sutton, it kind of gives us a little bit of hesitation because of the bye week.
I love, guys, Alec Pierce so we're up in 4 picks, but Alec Pierce for Indianapolis, he fits Anthony Richards' skill set. Richardson has a beautiful deep ball. You can say whatever else you want about his accuracy otherwise, but we know he has a great deep ball. Alec Pierce plays to his strengths. So, I mean, whether it's in a redraft or a best ball format, I love Alec Pierce. He's the guy I would certainly target. So we just saw 4 receivers come off the board: Bateman, Sky Moore, Traylon Burks, Kadarius Toney, Dak Prescott comes off. 1 pick in between us. Let's see where he goes. I like Daniel Jones right here. To pair with Waller. Oh, we don't even have a quarterback.
We don't.
Yeah, okay. Daniel Jones would be a great pick right here.
Daniel Jones is an absolutely amazing pick right here. I think that's exactly who we go for, getting that stack with Darren Waller. Yes.
So he just went Gibson too, so that eliminates that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So stacking with Waller, like you said, and then I think Jones is, again, if you watched our videos, guys, I mean, I know you like Jones a little higher than where he's getting taken, but I'm a guy that really is in love with Daniel Jones. Finishes QB9 last year, 700 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns. You'll hear me say it over and over again. He operates in that read option very well. 15 passing touchdowns. He's going to improve on that. There's no way he doesn't. Again, with the additions in the offense, second year in Dable's offense, drafted John Michael Schmitz out of Minnesota, the center. So solidify that offensive line. I just think it's going to be a much more proficient offense. Daniel Jones is obviously going to benefit from that.
Yeah, guys, Daniel Jones is a really good pick this year. Obviously, someone that's great, too, to stack up with Darren Waller.
Yeah.
Next off the board is Zach Charbonnet. So here's Anthony Richardson and Zach Charbonnet. This guy loves his rookies. Michael Pittman, Miles Sanders, Alexander Masson, Joe Mixon, Amari Cooper, Garrett Wilson, Stephon Diggs. So
I like
that team's not
team.
bad. With that start of wide receivers, he actually came away with some great running backs. And Anthony Richardson's a little bit iffy. I definitely would have gone someone like Daniel Jones in his position, or even just stayed away and waited a little bit.
He might go Rodgers here because he has Wilson. That'd be a great pick.
If he goes Rodgers here, guys, that's kind of who I was thinking, to be honest. So we'll see. He goes Kincaid. We only have one tight end right now. I don't mind going David Njoku to secure that tight end position, because David Njoku and Darren Waller are two guys that could really pop off.
Yes.
Romeo Doubs is a guy I really like as well. He's going to be someone with a pretty high floor, maybe not as much of a pop-off guy. I think we just go Njoku here.
Yeah. I mean, I saw you do a best ball last night. I think, did you get Njoku in both of your best ball drafts last night?
Yeah, I'm taking Njoku in most of mine.
Yeah, I love him I like him in a redraft, but I absolutely love him in a best ball draft just because he gives you those weeks where he puts up 20 plus, and then pairing him with Darren Waller. And I mean, Waller's definitely a floor guy, but also he's a guy we're looking to put up the type of numbers he was putting up, 2-3 years ago with the Raiders. So I think we're definitely set at tight end. Don't need to look there anymore. I don't even know right now if we really need to look at running back unless we see a great value. Maybe someone like Elijah Mitchell. I like Jamal Williams in a best ball format, to be honest, just because he could have those games where he scores 2 touchdowns. 50 yards, 2 touchdowns type of deal. So you're looking at 17 points right there. Now, I'm lower on him this season just because there's no way he replicates 17 touchdowns, and he's really not that efficient of a runner.
Yeah, he won't get close to 17 touchdowns.
So, I mean, he's someone I'm staying away from in our redraft.
Yeah, Roschon Johnson, guys, I want to shout him out right now. Obviously, not going to get the workhorse load at all. You don't expect that at the end of your drafts, but Deontay Foreman gets cut from the Bears. That gives Roschon Johnson the clear path to the number 2. And behind Khalil Herbert, I really like to see him as a touchdown upside type of guy starting off in the season, and certainly someone that can come on a little stronger as the season wears on.
Yeah, that's a good point. He could definitely be their goal line guy just because Khalil Herbert's size.
Right, and Roschon Johnson's got good physical attributes to kind of push the line down there. So 9 picks away, guys. Let's check out the board real quick.
So we got Geno up top, Juju, Aaron.
I love Rodgers if we can go with Rodgers. Daniel Jones, Aaron Rodgers, guys, that's great.
Yeah, Jamal Williams, Alan Lazard, Jerick McKinnon, Devon Achane, Jacoby Myers, Elijah Mitchell. I like Mooney. I'll probably go with either Mooney or Rodgers right here. I think those are the guys that I really like. I love Mooney in a best ball format. McKinnon comes off the board. Schultz would have been a good tight end pick had we not gone with David Njoku right here. Marvin Mims is still on the board. I'm going to have to go with Marvin Mims. I like Valdez Scantling in a best ball format. He's a guy that can go off. Like you said, Roschon. So we are 3 picks away. Rodgers is still here. Mooney's still here. Marvin Mims is still here. I'm gonna go with Rodgers if he's there, just to get us that stability at quarterback. So we got 2 picks in between us. Both guys only have 1 quarterback, so they're both looking at Geno and Rodgers.
Yeah, I'm okay with either one of those guys, honestly. Yeah. I would rather Rodgers just because he is clearly the most talented player on this board. If you just look at sheer talent.
Okay, so
certainly
Damian Harris comes off, so we're guaranteed one of these guys.
Yeah, we love that. Geno Smith ends up as the quarterback 6 or 5 last year. 5 last year. So absolutely amazing stuff
It's
from
there.
Geno Smith.
Yeah, Adam Jason definitely benefits him. Second year in that offensive line. All right, so we have our choice of Geno and Aaron Rodgers, but we already told y'all we are going with Aaron Rodgers. That was an easy
Love
pick.
that, guys. Daniel Jones and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
A little bit shaky start in the quarterback position, but I think we really just
We
secured it up right there.
definitely-
So,
yeah.
guys, we locked down running back, and then it just gives us so much flexibility, guys. If we had to go with a running back right now, we're looking at people like Tyler Algier, Kenneth Gainwell, Ezekiel Elliott. Like, we don't exactly want to have to rely on these guys. When you have that reliable running back, you can get better value at wide receiver later on. I think Marvin Mims is a big sleeper pick here, guys. He's going to probably start going up rankings as more people figure out that Jerry Jeudy is on that hamstring injury. Obviously, that injury just happened yesterday. I don't know if people are kept up to date with him, but I've seen him get picked. Like, someone's picked him already.
Draft. He was pretty high. I remember seeing him. I was surprised.
Yeah, he's still going like at regular ADP.
So he was 5th round, 5th pick. So 53 is where he went, which, I mean, hamstring is something that scares me. Like, when I see that on guys, it honestly really turns me off because you see time and time again. So Darnell Mooney just came off. That's someone we liked. So we were one pick away. Or are you thinking Marvin Mims? Is that where you're leaning? Or
Yeah, I think I'm probably
Mims
gonna.
just came off.
Okay, guys. So I don't really like any of these wide
like
receivers. I
Valdez
don't
Scantling,
mind
to be honest.
Rondale Moore there. So let's look.
I like Kenny Gainwell.
Yeah, guys, we're kind of stuck in a weird position right now. I think we just go for someone that we really like. I don't think
like Alec
ADP
Pierce or
matters too
Jalen
much
Hyatt.
here.
Jalen Hyatt
So-
could be an explosion with Daniel Jones. Unless Rondale Moore's your guy.
Yeah, I'm going to go Rondale Moore here, guys. I like Rondale Moore as a couple explosive games this year. Slot type of guy. So you see those people get, big completions downfield on occasion. I really like where we're at. Marquise Brown and Rondale Moore stacked together really gives you a lot of flexibility on a game-to-game basis what happens in that Cardinals offense. We know if Kyler Murray returns a little bit sooner than expected, that obviously gives our team a great rise. It is a little bit shaky starting off, but with Keenan Allen, you have a lot of security at the wide receiver position. Someone you can rely on year to year. Tyler Lockett, another guy that's always there. And Cortland Sutton is someone that we'll have to see how it plays out, guys.
Yeah.
So
I liked our Marquise Brown pick, dude, was phenomenal. I mean, personally, I kind of like him more than Lockett, and we got him, 17 picks behind him,
Yeah.
which was a very, very fortunate pick. But, guys, I'll just reemphasize this. Taking Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry and then even getting ETN in the 4th, which was a pick that we didn't necessarily love, but like those 3 guys, drafting them, you're going to get big weeks from them all the time. So, like, we're not looking for depth at running back right now. Now, who's still there is a good question. Kenneth Gainwell, I like. Zeke in a best ball format, I don't mind. He could have those 2 touchdown weeks. Roschon Johnson, as Carter already said. Singletary's all right. I don't mind him. I think I'm staying away from Dameon Pierce. I'm really interested to see what that split is like. I obviously think Pierce is the superior back, but they signed Singletary to play a role. So Gus Edwards interests me. Ty Chandler. Other than that, man, we're looking pretty bleak at running back options. Now, I like Josh Kelly for the Chargers.
I don't mind Josh Kelly or Isaiah Spiller. I
yeah.
kind of like Isaiah Spiller a little bit more watching the preseason games.
Josh Kelly just had a 75-yard touchdown.
Okay, so
I don't know. I'm riding Josh Kelly right now.
okay, guys. So never mind. Yeah, we've seen Josh Kelly too in actual games.
Right, we've seen
in
him
big games play
yeah.
well. I remember we beat the Chiefs about 2 years ago, and Josh Kelly went off that game. I was super hyped. He's someone that I think the Chargers have a lot of trust in. Definitely not going away. Isaiah Spiller is also very exciting. So
I'm kind of leaning Jalen Hyatt here just because we have Daniel Jones. And if Hyatt's having a boom week, then we know Daniel Jones is doing well. And Hyatt is a guy to me that is a very boom or bust type of player just because he's going to run those deep routes. That's the type of player he is. He's going to be productive. He's going to be one of those uber efficient guys, just not super high volume. So I really like him here. Like I like him over guys like Adam Thielen, KJ Osborne, Van Jefferson. I just think he presents much higher upside.
Yeah.
That's how I view it.
And honestly, right here, guys, I think it's kind of more go with your guy than it
Yeah.
is 20 ADPs away, because most of these guys, especially in your redraft leagues, will just end up not even on rosters anyways, so you'll just be
Right.
able to pick them up.
And that's just something like even in our redraft league, once you're getting drafted in like the 9, 10, any round past that, take your guys. Don't worry about what the board says. Obviously, if you have two guys and one is 20 spots above the next, take that guy first to ensure you get your next guy. But yeah, guys, I mean, take what you like. Don't worry about what other people think. Just play your board and take your guys.
Yeah.
I can't emphasize that enough.
Make sure it's an informed pick, though. Don't just look at a name that looks good like Dalvin Cook and just automatically think
Right.
it's a good pick.
So I'm taking Jalen Hyatt here. I really like him, especially in this format, as I was saying. And then, again, stacking him with Daniel Jones.
Yeah, that's a great pick. I love to get a stack. Someone that I tend to look for later in these drafts, because I usually tend to target Aaron Rodgers, is Mecole Hardman. We are yet to see him in that Jets offense. And honestly, guys, we know his big playability, how that works with Rodgers. I think Garrett Wilson's obviously his go-to. And he does have a couple other people that he brought over from the Packers. But,
Corey Davis did retire.
yeah, Corey Davis retires. And I think Mecole Hardman, guys, can have a couple games where he gets you like a 60, 70-yard touchdown.
Right.
That's huge from someone this late in the draft.
Yeah.
And also to reemphasize, in this draft, you don't set your lineup week to week.
It's just
Your best players just automatically slot in.
That's why it's called best ball, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean,
Also, I'm not even too opposed to looking at running back
Yeah.
here, because we only have 3 of those. Zamir White's a high value handcuff that I like, and Tyjae Spears. The reason I'd go White over Spears here is because Spears is the handicap to Derrick Henry, and that really handicaps our pick.
right.
Whereas Zamir White, if Josh Jacobs were to go down, is big for us. And say Zamir White just has a random big week for whatever reason, and Derrick Henry and Tyjae Spears are playing, we get a little bit more of that upside. So if we were to pick Tyjae Spears here, we're really kind of betting on Derrick Henry to get injured. Whereas Zamir White, we're betting on Josh Jacobs. And I like betting against Josh Jacobs as opposed to Derrick Henry. No wide receivers I absolutely love here, so I'm just going to go with Zamir White.
Yeah.
Get that high value handicap that slots in. That's a great backup for Josh Jacobs, someone that's going to get a lot of volume if he were to go down.
I might go Josh Kelly this next pick, but there's also a lot of guys in between there. I'm a big Rashid Shaheed guy, especially in a best ball format. I think he's a great pick at receiver. Curtis Samuel is a guy who I wouldn't even mind in a best ball format either. We saw him get used as a gadget player, and again in a Bieniemy scheme. I think that's very interesting.
Yeah, that Washington offense is something I'm going to watch on the first couple of weeks and really just try to soak in, because I think it's going to be explosive. It remains to be seen how the Chiefs will even be without Bieniemy there.
Right. I mean, personally, I think they'll be fine because Matt Nagy, who was the Bears head coach for a little while a few years ago, is back in at the offensive coordinator position, and he was the offensive coordinator there Pat's rookie year.
Mhm.
So when Alex Smith was still there, so there's that familiarity there, and I'm not. We questioned the Chiefs last year.
Oh, I'm not questioning them. I'm just saying it
I
remains
know.
to be seen.
It's like, we'll see how it goes, but I'm honestly not even thinking about that at all.
Yeah.
But with Washington, the only thing that bothers me is our offensive line is just really pathetic right now. And it sucks when you have really great skill players everywhere and a young quarterback. Like, this is the most juice we've had at quarterback in ages, which is sad to say because, I like Sam Howell, but at the same time, it's like he's still very unproven, 5th-round pick. He was great at North Carolina, though. But if you can't protect your young guy, that's going to rattle him, get him down. But hopefully they get that figured out before week 1. But we get a nice warm-up game against Arizona week 1. So,
there's no warm-up games in the NFL, man.
Yeah, but if we don't crush them,
Yeah.
like, it should be at least a 2-touchdown score. Like, confident to, not like we score, in the last 2 minutes or something. But yeah, I would really like to see that. But I'm targeting Rashid Shaheed here. I think he's a guy that's a boom guy. Who else is here? I mean, McCole Hardman's there. Running back. We still have we just got Zero White. Shoot. I don't know. I like Devin Singletary, to be honest. I don't like anyone else.
Some Ty Chandler news as well. He is looking to secure that RB2 spot behind Alexander Madison. There was a little bit of question marks as to whether he would earn that spot. It's looking like reports out of camp are saying he is getting that spot. Remains to be seen how Alexander Madison does multiple weeks as the running back one, and we know how the Minnesota Vikings tend to run that offense as a workhorse type of guy as opposed to a rotation. So someone to keep your eyes on for sure. Someone that I'm considering in a lot of my redrafts just because he does give you that upside later on in the season. Were something to happen to Alexander Madison, were they to switch up and kind of start to integrate him if Madison is a little bit less efficient than he has been in the past.
Yeah, so our boy Marvin Mims has 2 receptions for 51 yards in the preseason game right now at halftime. So that's a good thing on 2 targets.
So that's 25 yards a target, guys.
And he has a rush for 3 yards.
If he keeps that up all season, I think a lot of fantasy owners will be happy.
I don't know, guys. You can't put too much stock into preseason, but you like to see the rookies get burned and be efficient. So, I mean, that's all I was looking at. Let's see. Cowboys are blowing out the Raiders. What do we got going here? Nothing much. Wow, this guy Christian Wilkerson.
Okay, so we're on the clock right now. We'll see what you want to go with.
Is it my pick?
I believe so, yeah.
I'm taking Rashid Shaheed, boys. Oh, no, someone took him, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
I like Gus Edwards. This is just a pure impulse pick right now.
I really like Gus Edwards, though, too. I mean, honestly, if that was pure impulse, I think your impulse is treating you well because Gus Edwards, though, guys, we know he's going to get volume. I wasn't looking at Kyler Murray a little bit to stack up with Marquise Brown. That could be exciting later on in the season. We know Kyler Murray is a guy who can put up big numbers.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill's a guy I'm looking at too, just as an absolute flyer, just because of what we know he can do. Derek Carr's obviously there. They have a real quarterback, but Taysom Hill can just come in and be a wide receiver, running back, or quarterback. So
I really can't stand that guy. I'm a Kamara lover, guys, so Taysom Hill really grinds my gears.
Yeah, ultra athlete.
Whatever, man.
Taysom Hill and Mecole Hardman are 2 guys I'm looking at right now.
Go ahead
for
and take
reasons
Taysom
I've
Hill.
explained.
Let's see what happens. I'd sleep with one eye open if I were you.
So I'm getting death threats if I take Taysom Hill right now, guys. I think that makes me pivot over to Mecole Hardman. Donovan Peoples-Jones still here.
I like that.
I'm not opposed to it. 1 catch and final tune-up.
He was really good for whoever owned him last year. He was and he's a big play type of guy. Big speed guy. I think he's about 6'2", 6'3". He's definitely a good player.
Yeah. If we had Deshaun Watson, if we had picked him
Right.
a little bit earlier, I wouldn't mind going there. But I think it's really just either going to be Paris Campbell maybe, but probably Mecole Hardman or Taysom Hill.
I wouldn't mind. I'm a big Paris Campbell guy. I had to slot him in a few games last year just because of injury. It was like the first time he was healthy in his career, and he played great. And I think, like you said, we have Daniel Jones, also have Jalen Hyatt, so it's kind of like, and Darren Waller, so it's kind of like whoever booms in that offense for the week we get. But
yeah,
whatever you're feeling, man.
I think I just go with.
Go with who? Scared to say it?
I wanted to see a reaction. So 5 touchdowns, 7 touchdowns. I'm going to go with Mecole Hardman, guys. All right. We're taking Taysom Hill.
He'll be there. The other guy will be there. Where is he? Did he already get taken?
Mecole?
Yeah.
No, he's there. I couldn't find him in time, though.
You sure about that?
Positive. Right
Oh,
there.
yeah, it is. Positive.
So, yeah, guys. I mean, Taysom Hill there. We'll see how he plays this week. I think he's just someone fun to have on my team. Someone that could return high weeks randomly.
Dang, people are holding out on Devin Singletary.
Yeah, Singletary not being taken here.
We're on the clock.
Kind of interesting.
Looks late. I love Tyler Conklin, actually, as a late round best ball guy. Curtis Samuel, Tyler Conklin, Paris Campbell, Michael Wilson, guys, is a rookie to watch out for out of Stanford. Got drafted to the Cardinals. We know that wide receiver room is not deep at all. Obviously, we have the top 2 guys in there, but Michael Wilson is a guy who, great body control, good speed. I think he's a guy that we could see kind of take a significant role and especially if Kyler Murray comes back. Obviously, that offense goes to different levels. Colt McCoy is not very enticing. I'm actually interested to see where he's ranked. Colt McCoy, guys, is ranked as the number 47 quarterback. So, in other words, he's buns. Is Josh... Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go Josh Kelly if he's here, which he certainly will be.
Oh.
I know. I'm just scrolling, man.
Okay, so yeah, guys, we're nearing the end of the draft. Most of our teams picked. I really like what we ended up doing. We went with Daniel Jones, Aaron Rodgers, Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, Travis Etienne, Zamir White. A lot of security there with Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry. As we said, taking 2 running backs back-to-back in those first rounds gives you so much flexibility throughout the draft. Allows us to go with Keenan Allen, Marquise Brown, and Tyler Lockett, as well as Darren Waller. And then, as we said, guys, as we've emphasized, the quarterbacks, you can get good value later on. We took 2 of them because we did not get that insane value at quarterback, like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. We didn't get one of those top tier 1 guys, but we did get Daniel Jones and Aaron Rodgers, who can finish at quarterback ones. Both of them. So.
I love having both of them on our squad in a best ball format just because I feel like on a week-to-week basis, at least one of them is going to put up very solid. You think you'd get 20 points at least out of one of them on any given week.
Right.
So I really like both those guys and the stack that you got.
So, yeah. Daniel Jones and Darren Waller. And then we got Aaron Rodgers. We'll see if we can get our hands on Mecole Hardman. That'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I'm
5 picks away.
Yeah, 5 picks away. Yeah. So 83 targets last season. Obviously, there wasn't a lot to go around in that Kansas City offense. It mostly just shoveled into Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce and Juju he's a real possession receiver.
Yeah. 6 touchdowns last year. I kind of like that. This is a gadget type of guy as well. So if the Jets want to throw some random stuff in there, I think Mecole Hardman's the guy they go to.
Yeah, he's definitely a guy that could really come up in the ranks in that room. I mean, obviously, okay, so we're on the clock.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Mecole Hardman.
Go with your boy. But Garrett Wilson's obviously the alpha. Lazard, who has yet to impress me. He's a great blocker, solid wide receiver too, good downfield, big body guy. He just isn't very dynamic. So and then Randall Cobb is also in there. Obviously, I would like to see Hardman. It'd be very encouraging if he could beat out Randall Cobb, get himself on the field in 3 wide receiver sets. So Hardman's a guy that I would definitely look to. I think he's left a lot to be desired throughout his career, even though he's still only 25. So very encouraging. I didn't know he went to Georgia. I don't even remember him in college. I thought he went to I don't know. I don't keep up with college football enough.
Yeah, guys, if you want to watch football, watch the NFL. There's not a lot of reason to watch.
The only time I'm watching college football is when Alabama's playing. That's just because they're just elite. But it's tides have kind of turned now. But those early Alabama, early 2010 Alabamas, those defenses were crazy, and then the receivers we've seen come out of there. But
so, guys, you've seen a lot of our value picks.
Let me take this real quick.
I like Richie James here. I think that he has a lot of upside. Just as such a dynamic player. We got John Mechie as well, who's kind of one of those flyer guys that could be good for us. Ty Chandler, as we said, good step in that RB2 role. Really can't go too wrong here. You just look for that upside. So we go with Puka Nacua. I like that pick.
Yeah, he's a guy. I think he's going to carve out a role in that offense. Where did he come out of? It was some. I should know this.
So, as we round off this draft, guys, I hope that it was displayed to you what we kind of do throughout our draft. We're reading the board. That's the number one thing we do. We noticed that there was a bunch of wide receivers going off the board, and when it came to us, we did not stress and take someone that we didn't like just because they were gone. Because, look, we still ended up with Keenan Allen, Tyler Lockett, Marquise Brown, Cortland Sutton, Rondale Moore, Jalen Hyatt, Mecole Hardman, Puka Nacua. It's not going to be the best, but you saw the situation we were in. We really solidified our running backs, and that gave us more flexibility. Whereas if we were to take one of those questionable wide receivers that we don't have a lot of faith in, that gives us no stability anywhere and just leaves us completely chaotic. So I think it's really good the way that we ended up adjusting. We still did get Keenan Allen, who will end up as a high-end wide receiver 2, low-end wide receiver 1. And Travis Etienne was our auto pick, which isn't even bad. I mean, Travis Etienne, Joe Mixon, Ramondre Stevenson, all kind of in that same range. I probably would have gone Ramondre Stevenson, knowing that we would have gone running back there. And, looking for Justin Fields on the way back in the 5th round, I think that's a really good pick in a best ball format. Yeah. If he does not get injured, guys, he is going to be great.
Could be one. Possibly.
Yeah.
But just to give you guys, like, a little bit of insight, and if you can see, you can obviously see the screen, but after ETN, it was, I mean, I'm not drafting Deontay Johnson, Jerry Jeudy, Christian Kirk, or anyone after that in the 4th round.
Right.
So it's like, I mean, even Mike Williams. So right after us was Mike Williams and Christian Watson, 2 guys that we really don't like, especially at their ADP. Now, I do like Drake London. If we were gonna take a receiver, I probably would have taken him or Ayuk.
I think we were going Ayuk.
I do like London a little bit more in a best ball format, just because. Did I say Ayuk or London?
You said London.
Okay, yeah. But I like Drake London a little bit more than Ayuk just because he's an absolute target hog, guys. He's gonna get like at least 28, 29. We're looking around that 30% range of target share, which is just. What you want to see out of wide receiver 1s on the team. I think he's going to get high value targets, jump balls. He's very talented. So I'm a big Drake London guy. He's probably the guy I would have gone with if I was looking at receiver.
Yeah, so that rounds off our draft, guys. Thank you for watching. I want to emphasize again, we are not paid by Underdog. We have no partnership with them. This is just a really cool thing that they do and something that we wanted to show you guys, broadcast how we do it, how we go about drafting, and hopefully we get our hands on a couple of that million so that we could redistribute, put more into production, make this a better podcast for you guys, make this a better YouTube channel, grow our socials. Thank you again for watching. Is there anything else that you'd like to say before we end?
No, thank you guys. I mean, I hope you can take something from this, like Carter said, and just see how we do things, why we do certain things, and just get some insight into our minds and possibly translate that to your draft. But otherwise, I mean, thank you guys for watching. We'll have plenty of content coming out for you, and hopefully you guys are primed for your drafts before the season starts in less than 2 weeks now.
Thank you guys so much for watching today. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed our content. Also, comment down in the comment section below if you have any questions about fantasy or about anything we just said. We will happily respond to any of those. We have a Discord chat as well if you'd like to connect. We're on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter if you want to follow us there for some more content. We will be posting on YouTube a bunch, and a lot of that's going to go onto those types of socials. So yeah, share with your fantasy football friends. Join the community, and let's grow this thing. Let's make it big. I hope you have a great day, and thank you again for watching.